Okay. Week 13, ELA. It's come to my attention that on these videos we can't really see what's on the board anyway, so this is more just something I'm doing, but I think I've got the camera set up enough. Okay, so class, where we left off yesterday, we had read Chanclas for the second time, looking for specific evidence for a prompt, and today we have a different prompt. And today, let's have a volunteer please read number 2. Go ahead. How do paragraph 6 related to paragraphs 7 and 8? I'll paraphrase that to say, how does paragraph 6 relate to paragraphs 7 and 8? Use 2 details from Chanclas to support your answer. So we're going to use ADE strategy. And as we just finished with the first multiple choice question, we should already be in the mode of comparing paragraphs. So the first thing we should do then is what? Where should we look first? Into the text. Thank you. And what we're going to do is reread these paragraphs because we can never read anything too many times. We're going to try and summarize them and then glean what is the relationship between paragraph 6 to 7 and 8. So we go back up, and on my board we're moving back into the second page of the story. And let's read paragraph 6 together and then keep on moving. So let's see here, I'm just trying to set this up correctly. There we go. Okay, so paragraph 6, and be ready to pick up. So meanwhile, that boy who is my cousin, by first communion or something, asks me to dance and I can't. Just stuff my feet under the metal folding chair, stamped precious blood, and pick on a wad of brown gum that's stuck beneath my seat. I shake my head no, my feet growing bigger and... Okay, so what's the message of this paragraph? Right, we're going to make a mark similar to such. And theme of the paragraph, hey man, thanks. Would be what? What's the, I shouldn't say theme, what's the main idea of this paragraph? How is our narrator feeling here? Right, insecure. That's what we said yesterday. So here, that's insecure. And why is the narrator feeling insecure? Okay, about shoes. Chanclas. Okay, so what evidence does this give us that she is insecure? She turns down an invitation to dance. Okay, so we know this about her. She's not dancing. End of story. Moving on. Oh, but wait, she's going to dance. So let's now read paragraph 7 and 8 and try to figure out what the change occurs. So just paragraph 7, picking up. Then Uncle Nacho was pulling and pulling on my arm, and it doesn't matter how new the dress Mama bought is because my feet are ugly until my uncle, who is a liar, says, you are the prettiest girl here. You will dance. But I believe him. And yes, we are dancing, my Uncle Nacho and me. Only I don't want to at first. My feet swell big and heavy like plungers, but I drag them across the linoleum floor. Upright center where Uncle wants to show off a new dance we learned. And Uncle spins me and my skinny arms bend the way he taught me. And my mother watches and my little cousins watch. And the boy who is my cousin by first communion watches. And everyone says, wow, who are those two who dance like in the movies? Until I forget that I am wearing only ordinary shoes, brown and white, the kind my mother buys each year from school. What is the monumental shift that we see here, the major change? Exactly. She... Until I forget that I am wearing only ordinary shoes. Okay, and we spoke yesterday about the reason that she forgets is because her uncle makes her feel that way by complimenting her. And she even says, he's a liar. He says that I'm the prettiest girl. Let me preface by saying he's a liar, but I believe him. And so she allows herself to be dragged onto the floor. Question, do you think that if her cousin by first communion had said, you're the prettiest girl in the party, maybe she would have been more willing to step out? Maybe. Show of hands? Okay. So we're about split there. And let's read that final paragraph. And all I hear is the clapping when the music stops. My uncle and me bow, and he walks me back in my thick shoes to my mother, who is proud to be my mother. All night the boy who is a man watches me dance. He watched me dance. Okay, so let's look back at our question. And that is, how does paragraph 6 relate to paragraph 7 and 8? And what we could say is what is the relationship? What does paragraph 6 say? She doesn't want to dance. 7 and 8? That she does dance, and how does that make her feel? Great. So what we first want to do is craft an answer statement. Let's have 30 seconds of turn and talk. Each group has to have an answer statement prepared at the end of the time. Begin. And back. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Okay? I like that a lot. Let's begin with our answer statement, and after we finish working together on this, collaborating, you're going to find 2 details to support your answer. So in Chalk Lesson, we'll have a volunteer write this down. Paragraph 6, to combine our answers, illustrates the narrator's reluctance to dance. And that was a great job using that word, table 3, vocab word reluctant. So paragraph 6 illustrates that she is reluctant to dance because of her insecurities. However, paragraphs 7 and 8 show her overcome her insecurity and enjoy a reward for her courage, and enjoy the feeling of, she relates it to dancing like a movie star, and how everyone watches, and she seems to enjoy that. She paints it in a favorable light. So good job with your answer statements.